Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason, happy Friday. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, we need it. Wiped out here. Another crazy week it has been. We've had just incredible opportunities in the gold and silver markets. More of those again today. And then, of course, Texit, the big, wow. Well, we've been telling you. I don't know, hello, does this thing work? Does it work? I know so many of you haven't called. I don't know why. Take a shot here. Join us. We're going to hit 20,000 any second now. We're almost there. I think we're like 100 people away, less than that. We're doing this. This is crazy. 400 people a day. That's been the average the last 3 days. I think today we'll probably got a shot at 500 new miners in a single day. Just so many great things happening there as well. Remember, though, today is the last day. Now, I want to say it again so people can understand it. If you got in and your 30 days has passed, in other words, I signed up more than 30 days ago, or it's going to be 30 days any second now, you've got till today to upgrade to the 9-pack and get those 2 extra pay centers. If you already have a 9-pack, you're good. You're good. This was a 1-month opportunity. So think about this. Anybody, and this goes back for people that signed up when Bobby first, last April. Like people at 2 cents, 4 cents. If they didn't buy the 9-pack, they didn't get those centers. And the rule was you only had 30 days to upgrade, and then it was gone. So we gave a 1-month reprieve. Obviously, Jason, we don't work the weekends. By the way, what is it, Labor Day? Labor Day weekend. We're closed Monday. Radio station's closed. Patriots closed. Jason's actually going to take a day off. So we'll be back at it. Well, at least I'll be back at it on Tuesday. And then remember, one other thing as we're talking about that real fast. And then when we get back, we got big inflation news, big Fed governor news, really bad Treasury bond auction news, and of course, is gold going to close at a new all-time record high today? Well, let's face it, it's going to close at a new all-time record high lots of days. After miner 50,000 for Texit. So right now I said like we're at 20. You're like, oh, I got plenty of time. Oh, nope, you don't. My guess is you'll have less than 6 weeks before we're at miner 50,000. What happens at miner 50,000? For those of us that are in before then. So if you haven't gotten in, here's some motivation to get it. Anybody after miner 50,000, you don't get BOGO hash. And let me tell you, Jason, I don't know about you, what would you say? 95% of our signups are doing the hash?
Most of them are. That? Yeah, most of them are, yeah. I mean, everyone, if you're going to go long play on this, you want a lot more hash.
Yeah, right. So that will end. Right now, remember, when you earn bonuses, you can earn 3 types. Cash, right, USDC. Texit coin. If I get a $3,000 bonus, I can get $3,000 worth of Texit coin. Or you can get hash. And if you've got some commission potential, they'll give you double hash. Right? That's always exciting, right? Wait a minute. If I get a $1,000 bonus, you'll give me $2,000 worth of hash, right? If I get a $3,000 bonus, you'll give me $6,000 worth of hash. Yes. By the way, that ends at minor 50,000, which gives you 6 weeks, maybe less. 800-951-0592. So let's get through some stuff. University of Michigan. This is the Consumer Sentiment Survey. Not good. Sentiment falling again. And one of the big things, too, inflation expectations continuing to rise again. And then, of course, we did get the inflation data, the so-called Fed's favorite inflation indicator up again, going the wrong way. The PCE up another 0.2% year over year, now at 2.6%. The core, that was the headline, by the way, the core, the Fed's favorite, they say, indicator, up to 2.9%. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, 2.9. Everyone's like, oh, that's such a low number, 2.9. Not when it's in inflation. Not when they tell you the target's 2. Right? That's 50% pretty much above target. But they're going to cut rates. And let's face it, we know the number's not true, right? If they're admitting to 3, right, it's probably 6. And I know one of my favorite numbers, you guys know this, it's called the super core, right? This is what I call inflation for homeless people. It's getting tough out there for the homeless. That was up 3.3%. What did that take out? Shelter. We'll be back after the break. Oh, man, 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason on this Friday. Sit back, relax, strap on that seatbelt, leave the driving to us. Hey, listen, do you want to make your retirement better? Seriously, do you? I'm gonna make it so easy. Ready? Do what we tell you to do. There you go. It's that simple. Buy the sales we tell you to buy. Get into Texit and have a better retirement. It's just that simple. I mean, let's face it. Okay. So now you're telling me your favorite number. Not me. I didn't say it was their favorite. They say it's their favorite number. It's 3%. Well, they said, 2.9. Okay, let's call it 3. It's 50% higher than what you say you want it to be. But you're going to lower rates? What? And wait, you're going to lower them by a lot? Let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with frickin' inflation. Sorry. Why is Donald Trump doing what he's doing? I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him an attaboy today. I am. I think Scott Bessent may be one of the greatest Treasury secretaries of all time. I don't know yet. It's early. But that's what I'm thinking. Because we're in big trouble here. There is no liquidity in the U.S. bond market. I don't care what you think. It's not there. The repo, the reverse repo, it's empty. There are no reserves left. They are desperate. It's desperate time. Listen, I think quantitative easing is coming back way sooner than people think. It is an absolute mess. And again, let's take a look at the market. But you're like, wait a minute, Joe, come on, man. Come on, man. Stocks are like all-time highs. What do you mean there's a problem? That's how we know there's a problem. Valuations are. I'll say this. Do you know that NVIDIA, which is, by the way, I mean, let's face it, they're awesome. They've got 2 customers that is like half of their business. That's not that great, right? Well, what happens if those 2 customers start buying? Yeah, let's try anyway. Let's look at the market. The Dow's down 180. Why? Well, because the data keeps saying we shouldn't be cutting. Matter of fact, really, if you look at the data, says you should raise rates. I mean, that's what it says. GDP was 3.3%. Jobless claim, 229, big deal. Inflation, it's not going lower. Listen, I guess I'd be okay if inflation was like 3.5, and now it's down to 3. I'd be like, okay, well, it's coming down. Remember, inflation got to like 2.3. Remember? Now it's back to 3. Have you figured it out yet? The S&P is down. The NASDAQ is down. The bonds, not down. Why? Well, the data sucks. Oh, I've already told you, there are no good choices. TV gold, 35.05. If you're watching CNBC this morning, TV silver, 39.53. Spot gold, 34.45, and rising up another almost $30. Silver, $39.30. By the way, ready? $20 gold pieces, still below spot. 34.25. 34.25. Guess what? I'd get them real fast. I think we're getting ready now for the next leg in this market, right? 3,500. We crossed 3,500. And I've been telling you this for at least, 4 or 5 months now. 4,000. I've been telling you that for 4 or 5. Remember, I went, and I thought I was being aggressive early in the year when I was saying gold 33 to 3,500. Remember? And then 4 or 5 months ago, I finally threw the flag up. Okay, I'm wrong. 4,000. $50 silver is 5 seconds away.
Yeah, when you
5 seconds.
When you were on vacation, we were at this level briefly in the middle of the week, and I was like, "Oh, he goes on vacation sometimes in the last year or 2, and it's not supposed to go up in July, but it did last year." And I was like, "Oh, Joe's gonna go up," and started going crazy when Joe's on vacation. And then the last day or 2 of the week, it settled down, and then came back into the 3,300 range and 38, 37, 36 right. Silver. Right. But this looks having this happen on the weekend. 2 days above 3,400 gold and 2 days above $39 silver. Boy, I think, does it just feel like silver hits 40 and just goes off? It sure has that feel.
Let me tell you, why is it different this time? Because Jason just brought up a great point. Well, yeah, Joe did it before, and then it went right back down. So why won't it do it this time? Well, let me tell you why. They're going to cut rates in 3 weeks?
I got some information on that, too.
Right. Now, listen, Lisa Cook. We've been talking about Fed Governor Cook. It got worse today. Honestly, the first deal, I was like, maybe apparently, this is how wealthy these people are. She's got another house. This one in Massachusetts, which she says was her second house. So remember, she got a house in Michigan. She got one in Atlanta, and now this one in Massachusetts. She said the one in Michigan and the one in Atlanta were her primary residence, which is impossible. You only can have one. And now this place in Massachusetts she said was her second house, right? Okay, right? Problem is, it's not her second house, and it's actually a rental property. So what happens is, when you buy a second home and you don't lie, you get a worse interest rate and you got to put more money down. When you buy a third house and you don't lie and you say it's a rental, right? You got to pay more interest and you got to put even more money down. I think at this point, the best thing for Cook to do is resign, right? Okay, yeah, are these crimes of the century? No. But, right, when you're talking about the Fed, you want, ethics matter at some point, Jason. It's not a very good look. If nothing else, the damage has been done. But listen, Donald Trump, they have an objective. They know what the objective is. The bond market doesn't have any liquidity. We've got to get these rates down, and we've got to get somebody in there that's going to reinstitute quantitative easing when Jay Powell resigns. I just think they're going full bore on, we don't care about, they don't care about 3% inflation. We got 3% inflation, and guess what they say? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. This is why it's different now. In July, we didn't know, did we? We didn't know yet. And the bond market still had liquidity in it. Stories breaking everywhere today about the lack of liquidity, and that's not just the U.S. bond markets. It may start with Japan. France is having another crisis. Germany's in another crisis. Jason, it could be anywhere.
Yep. Well, what about Venezuela?
Yeah, well,
so I dug deep. Instead of preparing for Fake News Friday, like I try to do on Thursdays, I started looking. I was like, well, okay, I need to know more. And believe it or not, what's going on in Venezuela and Guyana is very paramount to rate reductions. Believe it or not, Joe, I was watching this thing, and I understood the Guyana thing going on the last couple of years. I got the entire history of it. 2/3 of Guyana, there's only 800,000 people there. It's barely bigger than Wyoming. But it goes back 200 years. Who owns this territory? Venezuela wants it. Well, the offshore oil that Guyana has just started going into full bore, they're gonna end up starting from 2023, which is 2 years ago, up to 2027, 2028, which is only 2 or 3 years off. They're going to be pumping 1% of the entire globe's oil. The entire world's oil is going to be coming. It is not the same oil as Venezuela. It's like the Saudi Arabian oil. And so there's this stake. The waters outside of Guyana is being claimed by Venezuela, and it's being claimed by Guyana, but mostly American interests and Western interests. A lot of the Guyana oil is going straight to Europe, which is helping the Ukraine-Russian war situation. And so the idea is that this oil is ready to go. It's ready to go, and it's growing rapidly. And this is how they're going to at least keep the inflation lower by pumping this oil and making energy prices lower, Joe. This is why that fleet is down there. They may not even invade Venezuela. They need to protect these oil rigs. So the little ships and the little nothing navy that Venezuela has, well, as long as they can launch a rocket to an oil platform, it can mess things up pretty bad. So that's why all the warships, because Trump's going to do everything he can to keep the inflation down and get those rates down. So I have a feeling what happens in the waters off of Guyana and Venezuela has a lot to do with the rates. I'm guessing that the Fed wants to see that oil protected, because Trump has probably guaranteed them, I will pump, and we will keep energy prices low to keep a lid on inflation while we print like crazy, Joe. So I couldn't believe it. I was just watching on Venezuela to see how this thing's going to unravel, and I started saying, oh, maybe it won't even be an invasion. Maybe it's all about, once again, Joe, the most important assets. Guyana's oil is, plus the sanctions on Venezuela can be even worse if they can control these offshore oil assets. So there you go, Joe. They're gonna crank those rates down low, and they're going to spend worse than a drunken sailor. They've already been doing that for decades. they're gonna spend like they're gonna drink the drunken sailor under the table. That's what's gonna happen on a Friday, right?
Yeah. Well, and again, you've seen it too. They're talking about having to develop strategic reserves.
There you go. Yep.
Of metals.
Yep.
Obviously, silver being one of them. We've got the issue with Lisa Cook. Then on top of that, we've got real problems in these bond markets because everybody knows that they're lying now, right? It's a lie. Right? They have no intention of getting inflation back to 2%. And now the yield curve, boy, it's steepened like no other. It's telling you what's coming. We'll be back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Friday. Gold $34.45, $20 gold pieces $34.25. What a great deal on this. I've got 60. Wish I had more, but I don't. I've got 60 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. $395. This will be it. This will be, if gold is doing what I think it's going to do, probably be your last shot at getting a 10th ounce for less than $400, right? I think right now we're at 405 and probably need to be 410 with today's move. But $395 on 10th ounce gold pieces. God, that's insane. I think about our metals plans. People with $300, we could throw 10th ounce in there. Can't do it. Can't even throw a roll of $50 in there anymore. It's.
I've said it before. We might have to have the minimums go up a little bit because it's really not. Yeah. It's not doing us a lot of good to put a couple silver pieces aside every 3 months. You guys can come in and buy that yourselves whenever you want over 3 months.
Well, and maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes this next time. But maybe if you're at the minimum, we may have you take 2 deliveries a year,
right,
instead of 1. But we'll see what we do on silver. Listen, I got another great opportunity for you. I've got 20 rolls of Canadian maple leaf silver. Now, the Canadians, they put 25 ounces in every roll. Right now, gold is $39.35. By the way, September gold, which is on TV, they're at $39.50. So pretty much on Tuesday, expect gold silver to be around $39.50. But having said that, I've got 20 rolls of maple leaves at $39 an ounce. So that is obviously below cost. This is below spot. They're $975. Very likely, probably entering the era where a roll of Canadian silver won't be below $1,000. Right? I mean, it's crazy, but that's where we're at. And listen, this is a big, big deal for silver. $40. There's 2 big price points for silver, 40 and 50. The supply of above ground silver, it's about as bad as the amount of cash in the U.S. bond market right now. It's not good, which means really low. And now everybody's talking about boy, we got to secure, and I don't care what it is, what rare earths, magnets, silver, right, copper, right? I think we're going to see $9 copper. Yeah, I do. Silver, it will be $100. But my worry is, in a blink of an eye, are we going to go from 40 to 50? And I think it's likely. Very, very likely. So any silver that you can buy below spot, buy it. I don't care what it is. Buy it. So we got 20 rolls of silver maple leafs, 25 ounces of silver, $39 an ounce, $975, 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. Is this the last time below 400? At $395? And then $20 gold pieces. I'm still below spot. Oh, spot keeps going. Jeez. $34.47. Right? $34.47. $20 gold. $34.25. $800. $951. 0592. A note out today from Goldman Sachs talking about why is it that Bitcoin and Ethereum have struggled this week. I think Bitcoin's down to like 108,000. And they're talking about concerns in the Treasury markets. What? Yeah, you know the stable coin stuff? Right there, they got to be the big buyer. Goldman is saying that the Treasury has to rebuild their dollars, right? We know this. $500 billion they've got to rebuild. And they're talking about the depleted reverse repo facility. By the way, the Fed now says that only 17 banks are even, and counterparties, I don't even know if they're banks, are leaving money at the Fed anymore. And it's $25 billion. And by the way, every day it goes down. They're out. There is no essentially reverse repo positions left. Remember, during COVID, with all the free money, that got up to $2.5 trillion. There's none. Goldman, times are changing. Cracks are appearing everywhere, especially in the repo markets. Balance is essentially zero. With the Treasury needing bill issuance, we are on a cusp of a new era in the funding markets. Going from cycles with soft funding, so this is what we've been in, right? What they said is soft funding cycles. What do they say the new cycle is going to be? Increased funding pressure. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Well, think about this. We're going to lower the rates. But inflation is still rising. And who really wants to buy? Wait a minute. Why would I want to buy a 10-year note at 3%, let's say? Which, remember, they want to go to 1. When inflation that you say is 3%. But we really know it's 6, right? Why would I don't want to do that. And the problem is the yield curve has steepened. Remember, the Treasury wants to do short-term yield. Well, that means they're paying even less. Right? So, wait a minute. I'm going to lend you my money to lose money to inflation? Uh-oh. Are yield controls coming? Maybe. Back after the break.
Reason?
800-951-0592. Gold getting ready to close at an all-time record high, 34.47 right now. Silver, boy, looking even stronger by the second here. Up 43, now 39.41. We got those maple leaves. Only had 20 rolls. It's not like we got a lot. Below spot, $975. I got some 10th-ounce gold eagles. Don't have a lot of those either. $395. Man, it's hard to think that that's going to be it. Is this it? Is this the last time below $400? That's crazy. It's crazy. I think the first 10th-ounce gold eagle I sold, I want to say it was like $38. $38? Yeah. Let's see. $20 gold pieces, $34.25 at 800-951-0592. So here's what they're saying. Hey, you're going to cut rates, and it's going to make buying yields a dumb idea, right? I mean, that's kind of what they're saying, right? Which makes sense. Everyone can understand that, right? If the yield is less than what you say inflation is, that's a problem. Now, we used to have surpluses in this reverse repo facility. They could kind of soak it up. It's gone. There is no surplus. Now they're saying that maybe the Fed is going to have to exert control on these markets by essentially saying, well, this is what the yield on the 10-year note's going to be, right? Rate controls, yield controls, to try to keep the yields down when there really isn't enough buyers. That is the fear. That is the fear. Is it real? Yeah, it's a real fear. And the problem is everything is fine until the day it happens. And the Fed and the Treasury seem to miss it. Here we are. Remember, no good choices. Do you want to help yourself in retirement? If you do, don't leave big money in your bank accounts. That's a bad place to be. That may be the worst place to be. Your money markets now, they're going to get smacked with these lower rates. Just telling you. Get into the gold market and then take a shot with Texit to where you can get monthly income. Listen, I get it. Some of you out there like me, hey, we're going to go for a big lick. Give me the 27 pack. Get my wife a 27 pack. Get my kids a 27 pack. We're going for it. Great. Right? That's what my family's doing. That's what we've done. I've been very honest about it. For others, hey, a 3-pack, a 5-pack, like even a 1-pack gives you the ability to supplement your income on a monthly basis. I mean, think about it. Social Security is almost out of money. I don't know if you saw Medicare, Medicaid now, they want to go to AI to determine whether or not you can get a procedure done. Because why? Because we don't have the money. It's here. Most people don't know it yet. Life in America 10 years from today is going to be very, very different. And the people that have multiple revenue streams are going to be the ones that win. Period. Look at it now. Look how many people got to work 2 jobs just to get by. This is what I'm telling you. For all of you that are comfortable, hey, I've done good. I'm living okay. I'm living pretty good. Pretty good won't be pretty good anymore unless you have another revenue stream. And that is what the opportunity of being a Texas miner provides. The more, the more you put in, we're crowdfunding a mine. And here's the funny thing. It's working. Right? The mine is getting ready to blow up in size. By the way, another picture of one of our mega miners getting loaded into a container to go head to Texas. You're going to see that. It's going to be like a weekly thing. There was a big meeting last week with a bunch of mayors, 80 of them to be exact, just in Texas. Well, Bobby and the developers are getting ready to launch for Layer 2. It's going to blow you away. It's going to blow you away. What a great concept they have. It really... I know that they've got the forward plan. I thought that was the plan. They got a great plan here as well. See, one of the great things about Texas, they actually want people to use it. What about Bitcoin? Why is Bitcoin struggling so much? People just buy it. They don't want to sell it. They don't want to use it because it's expensive. So, it's going to be a whole different animal. Come take a ride with us and let's see what happens together. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason wrapping up the week. And what a week. Gold and silver setting themselves up here for the next leg. By the way, TV gold, 3,511 now. 3,500 was this key resistance. Closing above it today is significant. Obviously, the spot contract, 34.50. September silver, that's next week silver, 39.72 right now. Right, and we got spot silver right about 39.50. By the way, silver from these charts and all this other stuff, 39.91. 39.91. Close above 39.91. Look out. Look out. It could be 50 in a heartbeat. Listen. Canadian silver maple leafs, 25 ounces of silver in a roll, $975. It's $39 a coin. I mean, it is way below spot now. 10th ounce gold Eagles. Is this it? Is this the last time below $400? Maybe. Looks like it, doesn't it? Sure looks like it. $20 gold pieces. $34.25 at 800-951-0592. And then, of course, as we talk about Texas, by the way, we're going to get in to Texas quite a bit in the next hour on the Friday Texas Hour. If you got questions, 877-536-1360. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm going to go into a little bit of what's coming in Layer 2, which is, forget about the path to $16. Bobby called $16, that's kind of like the race starting. Like we're not even at the start line, right? Looks like the mine will be full. I'm going to say February. I'm hoping. Some people are saying sooner. At that point, the opportunity is gone, right? So that was kind of the weird thing, right? The opportunity to be a miner in Texas only existed. It was like a 2-year window, and that 2-year window is getting ready to close. So let's get in. If you haven't gotten in yet, get in. Especially beat the 50,000, because you never know. The ability to earn double hash power will go away at 50,000. Of course, people are like, Joe, why are you talking about 50,000 when it's only 20,000 right now? Because that's how fast it's going to go. I mean, already today, what? Yeah, we're already approaching 200 miners today already. It's just getting started. Each seat, remember, $995 gets you a seat on the rocket ship. If you buy 5 seats, you get 1 for free. If you buy 9, you get 2 for free. And they'll give you 2 empty pay centers. What does that mean? 2 other places where you can get even more coins. God bless everybody. Jason and I were coming back with the Texan Hour.